Hey guys, in this video I'll show you why full stack copywriting is the easiest way to get rich in 2025. And in this video I'll show you how to make multiple six figures online as a full stack copywriter and why it's literally the easiest way to get rich online. Now for context, if you guys don't know me, my name is Priyank. I'm a full stack copywriter and I've been consistently making 30 grand a month over the past 3 years with full stack copywriting. Now, let me tell you one thing. I just wanted to start this video off by telling you guys that there's a big problem with copywriting itself in 2025. And what I'm about to say, guys, bear in mind, it's coming from a copywriter himself. I've been doing this for the past 5 years. And at this point, if you're watching this video, you probably watched dozens, if not hundreds of videos on how to make money online, how to make money with copywriting. And you've seen like all those gurus selling courses, like you've seen all those like school communities about copywriting and all that. And you've probably already noticed that there's a fuck ton of content on the topic, and that's where the problem comes into play. You see, at the moment I'm recording this video, copywriting is going mainstream. Like we're at a point where if you sit at a dinner table with your family, even your grandma would probably know what copywriting is. And let me tell you one thing, guys, whenever we get to a point where even your grandma knows what a new business opportunity is, then there's a high chance it might be a bit too late to get into it, or at least not the right time. So when I started copywriting back in 2022, it wasn't as hard to make 5 to 10 grand a month by just writing emails online. You just had to be there, have an average IQ, have a basic understanding of how to write emails, and just reach out to every single business owner on the planet. And if you were doing that consistently enough, at some point you'd end up making 5 to 10 grand a month. Now, today, every week, tens of thousands of new copywriters pop up on freelancing sites, and everyone and their mom has copywriter in their bio. And there's also a big elephant in the room I haven't talked about yet, but guys, let me tell you one thing. AI is really good at writing copy. And what I'm saying here is coming from a copywriter. Like I've been doing this for myself, like for my clients for the past 5 years. But honestly, guys, ChatGPT can write decent enough emails in like 5 seconds. And they're really good. So the main problem is that clients at the bottom of the market will think, why would they pay you if they can get a ChatGPT subscription for like 20 bucks a month? Which leads me to talk about the harsh reality check. So here's the harsh truth, man. What happens when there's way too much supply of the same skill? It's just basic economics concept. Prices crash. It's just a question of like supply and demand. And the bottom of the market gets eaten alive. That's why you see freelancers on Fiverr, Upwork literally charging like 50 bucks for an email, which is complete nonsense. Because these businesses aren't buying words. They're buying revenue. They want more booked calls. They want more clients. They want more customers. They want more show up on their webinars, more sales. They actually want more revenue, not just a Google Doc with some clever words on it. And it's exactly why the one-dimensional copywriter is extinct in 2025. Like if you're watching this video right now and you believe that writing emails being the only skill you master will allow you to make 5 to 10 grand a month, then you're completely wrong. But don't worry guys, in a few seconds I'll show you exactly how to do it. But just bear in mind that if all you bring to the table is just, hey, I can write emails, then congratulations guys. You're replaceable by AI or by some 17-year-old in Pakistan charging like 10 bucks an hour on Fiverr. All right, so now next step, let's get into the actual solution and how to actually print money with full stack copywriting. So full stack copywriting is the new way to print money with copywriting in 2025 and years to come. So if you want to print money with copywriting and at least make 5 grand a month online, which by the way is totally achievable. I've seen plenty of my students achieve that over the course of like 3 to 6 months. Then you need to do things differently. And that's what I call full stack copywriting. So let me just define it like super clearly. It's not just copywriting. So it's copywriting plus advising strategies. And that's the big difference here. Most copywriters are just executors. They're getting paid to write words. So the client asks you to write email. So you write emails, the client pays you, and you don't bring anything else to the table. And it's the end of the story, right? Well, as a full stack copywriter, you not only write the emails, but you also consult your clients on how they can improve their funnel, how they can pull in more sales, how they can improve their ads, their VSL, and how they can book more calls. And it's also a big part of the reason why most copywriters, like guys that only write emails and stuff, they will struggle to make 1 to 3K per month online. While a full stack copywriter can confidently charge 4K, 6K, even 10 grand a month. And I'll talk about it later in the video, but at this point in my career, I'm charging 20 grand for a single full stack copywriting project. And the reason being, guys, is that execution is really cheap. Anybody can blindly execute, right? But bringing strategy to the table, having the ability to just look at a business, look at a funnel, look at a strategy, and just try to improve it, not only with copywriting, but also with your marketing skills and all that stuff. That's rare on the market, and rare skills get paid very well. So as I was saying before, guys, my clients at this point in my career pay me very well for my full stack copywriting skills. Here's just a screenshot of a single project I worked on. I got paid 30,000 euros for a full stack copywriting project. in US dollars makes it about like 35K in USD. And that was made over the course of 2 weeks. I just had to write and bring strategy to the table for the client and just optimize like the entire like strategy with their launch. And it took me about 2 weeks of work. Now, how to make 3 to 5K per month with full stack copywriting in the next 90 days. And that's where we get a bit more tactical in the video. So I'm going to share the full blueprint on how you guys can pull this off. And I'm going to keep things straight. Otherwise, this video will be about like 10 hours long because I think I could make an entire video just about this step itself. This would probably require an entire course. But if you guys want more in-depth tactical stuff that will allow you to print money with full stack copywriting and copywriting itself, you can just join my private newsletter in the description. That's where I share some actual case studies and insights. And about once a month, I actually personally pick one of the email list members to offer them a free one-on-one coaching with me. So if you guys want that, then just take a look at the description box down below and subscribe to the newsletter. So let's talk about what skills you actually need to get started with full stack copywriting. And the cool part is, it's not some 3-year MBA. You don't need to know everything. You just need a couple core skills dialed in. So the first skill you need to learn is copywriting basics, just understanding the basics behind psychology and email copywriting. And that's it. Not novels, not long form sales letters, not landing pages, not like VSLs. Those are like way too complex. Just focus on emails and ads if you can, like if you have the time for it or you have an interest for it, because those two, like emails and ads, are short form copywriting. It doesn't take really long to learn. And the reason why you should focus on emails or ads is because those two alone are what 99% of online business run on every day. Most online business owners, whether it's an e-com brand, whether it's a content creator, whether it's a guru, an info product course seller, all these guys, most of them have an email list and they need to send emails to that list in order to make money. Now, when it comes to the time required to learn how to write emails and ads, it's pretty quick. To be honest, you can master that over the course of 2 to 4 weeks. Now, how can you learn how to write emails? The first thing to do would be to join newsletters. You can join mine and you can also read emails from famous business owners and copywriters like Ben Settle, Daniel Throssell, Alex Hermosi, Iman Gaji, and you can also read my daily emails, as I said, link in the description box down below. The second skill required to make 5K per month with full stack copywriting is understanding funnel. And here, guys, I'm not talking about designing funnel or designing pages or designing like whatever the you want to design. You don't need to design anything. Actually, like you just need to understand the concepts behind funnels and marketing. All right. You don't need to be Alex Hermosi either, but you need to know the difference between what is a VSL, what is a webinar funnel, what is a low ticket funnel, because that's really important. If you want to work with those type of client, you need to know the game board, because if you don't know the game board, you can't play the game, right? So the time to learn the skill would be about 5 to 7 days locked in. And if you want to learn them, the first thing you should do is never skip ads, never skip a funnel. You see, whenever you're scrolling on social media, you're on Instagram, you're scrolling through content, what I recommend you guys do is that you watch every single ad that you get targeted by. You click on the ad, you just go through their offer, you read the pages, you subscribe to newsletters, and you analyze what they do. And that itself, for 5 to 7 days straight, by just observing what you're seeing on the market, taking notes and trying to understand what's happening, would be enough to just have a basic understanding of how this works, right? Also, if you just wanted to watch some YouTube videos about that topic, you should watch guys like Russell Brunson or Sabri Subi. Now, step 3, the third skill required to pull this off and to make 5K per month with full stack copywriting in the next 90 days is building marketing awareness. So just have a basic understanding behind stuff like cost per lead, retention, lifetime value, why one funnel converts better than another, and that's the difference between being a writer and being a strategist. So when it comes to the time required to learn this, it will be 5 days locked in maximum. Like it doesn't take that long to just have some basic understanding of marketing. Now, if you wanted to learn that, what I would recommend is just to watch Alex Hermosi's video and also read his books, $100 million Offers and $100 million Leads. Those are like mandatory if you just want to understand the basics behind that, right? Now, let me just make this real for you guys. When I was starting out, I literally signed up to like 100 different funnels. And every guru, every get rich online ad, I would get targeted by those like dozens of times a day. And what I would do is that I would literally click on those ads. So the idea behind this is that you want to let the algorithm know that you like that type of content so that they can constantly feed you with different funnels, different ads, and all that stuff. And what happened to me was that literally I was doing that every single day. Whenever I was getting targeted by an ad, I would click on it, I would comment the ad, I would opt into the funnel. Just literally I was saying, yo, Instagram, like Facebook, give me all the ads. And guess what? After a few days, my Instagram feed literally turned into a free marketing university. Whenever I would scroll through social media, every single post would be like either a VSL, a funnel, a webinar, a course, and all that. And I would literally go through all of them like a detective and try to understand like what type of funnel this is, what's their angle here, what's the upsell, how are they pushing me to book a call, what type of emails do they send, and that shit itself gave me more education than any $2,000 course could. So just don't overcomplicate things, learn copywriting basics, learn funnels, learn how marketers think, and you'd be good to go, because that's all you need to get your foot in the door, close your first client, and scale from there. All right, so next step, how I got to my first 10 grand a month with 2 clients. Now, let me just show you guys how this works in reality. So my very first full stack client was a guy named Cyril Ortega, multiple 7 figures a year in the info e-com space. This guy sells courses on e-commerce, like how to launch your brand with e-commerce, dropshipping and stuff. And what I did is that I literally reached out to him through Instagram with the strategy I shared on this channel. And I came in, positioned myself as an email copywriter plus a strategist. At the time, I didn't know this was called full stack copywriting. And I showed him exactly where his funnel was leaking money. And we jumped on a call. We did a trial and stuff. There's like a full story somewhere on this channel. I made a complete video about the full story. And next thing you know, I pitched him $4K per month for a retainer, and he said yes. And after about a month, the results were solid. I was bringing me like tons of money with my emails and my strategies and stuff, and I upsold him to $6K per month as a retainer. So he was paying me $6K per month every single month for me to do the strategy, do the full stack copywriting, write the emails and all that stuff. And at some point, the relationship was so cool that he ended up inviting me to LA to just hang out at his place. And like all this came from a cold outreach. Like here's a photo of us at Laguna Woods near Los Angeles, California. So yeah, that was like literally one of the best experiences of my life. Now, anyway, then came client number 2, Mohammed, who is an expert in speed reading, memorizing. So he basically teaches people how to maximize the potential of their brain, how to read faster, how to memorize more stuff. So I did the same thing actually. I decided to reach out to this guy and just offer him my copywriting services. And like long story short, we ended up like getting on a call. We did a trial and all that stuff. And he already had a copywriter. He had a full-time copywriter that he was paying $3K per month. But what I did is that I showed him my full stack angle. So copywriting, funnel, retention strategy. I showed him where I saw some bottleneck in his business and how I could improve it. And he literally ended up firing his old copywriter and paid me 5.2K per month instead. So almost twice the price he was paying for his old copywriter. So yeah, we ended up meeting in Portugal. He invited me to Portugal, which was like a great experience as well. Now, here's the point, guys. I wasn't closing clients because I was the best writer on earth. And to be honest, I'm far from being the best copywriter on the planet. I don't claim to be that like at all. But I was closing those clients, and I still am closing these clients to this day because I came in as a strategist who drives revenue. And that's the power of full stack copywriting. You don't need to be the best writer on the planet. You don't need to be like a high IQ individual to pull that off. And it's also a big part of the reason why beginners who adopt this mindset can charge 4 to 6K per month, because you have zero competition while others are still out there fighting for $100 scraps on Upwork. So if you're still watching this video right now, that means you're a part of the 1% that actually gives a about leveling up. So do me a favor, hit subscribe, because the next few videos I'm dropping will be packed with insane value if you want to print money with copywriting. I'm going to show you full breakdowns of $20 million launches for my clients, email sequences that printed 7 figures, and the exact scripts I used to get my first clients. So just stay tuned. It's about to get crazy. And if you like this video, guys, just make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.